welcome to a brand new episode of Sequel Rights, the podcast where we take a look at the franchises that make you go, they made how many of those? And we give each and every sequel a fair trial. My name is Justin Camps, and I'm here with
Elizabeth Helly
and
Tyler Hymanson.
And we are here continuing our coverage of Anaconda versus Lake Placid.
We need a good
the reptilian saga
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. Write in and tell us what you think.
Planaconda.
Placid.
Placaconda.
Anna. No.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Yep. We'll figure it out.
And acid.
And acid. Lake and acid. Anyways, well, this week we are continuing with Lake Placid, which came out in 1999 chronologically. So that's why we're not talking about anacondas this week. Instead, we're talking about big old crocodiles.
Crococonda.
Crococondas. So excited. Welcome to Maine. If you guys missed last week, we kicked things off with Anaconda, and it was so much fun. We hope you guys enjoyed that one. And if you want to email us about it, where can people reach out?
Yes, send us your universe name ideas and any other comments to sequelrights@gmail.com or find us on YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, and Facebook at Sequel Rights.
And rate and review wherever you're listening. It helps other people find the podcast. If you've already done that, you can go back and share out on the social media that Ela's just mentioned some of your favorite animal coverage that we've done in the past. We've done the Airbuds. We've done the Benjis. We've done the Fievel. Technically a mouse.
He's not technically a mouse. He's literally a mouse.
Is this our first time doing killer animals, though?
Species?
Is that an animal?
It's not a mineral.
We did do a thing about killer whales, but
true.
That wasn't the point of the story.
I mean, some of the apes killed ape. Man.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Although they shouldn't.
If you want to stretch
ape shall not kill ape.
Those Planet of the Apes movies are about killer animals. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's the story. Those apes are killing people.
That's fine, as long as they don't kill ape.
I will say that we did see the trailer for where the terminus of where we're all heading, and I was thrilled to see movie enhancer and bad ape performer Steve Zahn is in this movie coming out this year.
Yes, immediately after we talked about how there had not been yet a trailer, any info, both photos and a trailer were released the next morning.
Which is proof that Hollywood listens to this podcast.
Before it's released?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
It's incredible.
Hollywood's hacking into Justin's computer.
That's right. The trailer is incredible.
Yes.
Got Sir Mix-a-Lot in there.
It does.
It looks great.
We did neglect to talk about Sir Mix-a-Lot.
I can't believe we didn't talk about Sir Mix-a-Lot.
But you know what?
Well,
it's for Anacondas.
It's not really related technically to the first movie. Yeah.
Right.
So, just nobody was like, this Anaconda don't want none. Like, nobody ever said that.
Because it very much did.
Yeah,
it wanted some.
It did. It really did. Except the shot in the face. Yeah. But anyways, no, we're talking about crocodiles today. Okay, you guys. So let's get into Lake Placid. Just a heads up, I got the whole trailer because it's too good.
Okay. All right.
I love it. I don't know. Here we go.
It has existed since prehistoric times. It was worshipped by primitive cultures. It can kill a man with one crushing bite.
We heard a man was bit in half.
Any recent bear attacks?
Bears don't attack people underwater.
Probably a fever then.
What was that?
Whatever's out there being shot with this, he's dead.
Oh no.
Sheriff, how many deputies you got?
You came here to help you find it.
We can't let him kill it.
Experience a few parts mystery
Do you have any theories why he's here?
Honestly, I don't know.
and a few parts missing.
It's a human toe.
Is this the man who was killed? He seemed taller.
Oh my God.
Bill Pullman.
Shoot him! No!
How much of a wacko is this guy? Bridget Fonda.
Mother!
Oliver Platt.
Maybe he swam back up! Maybe not.
I just have this feeling everything's totally safe.
This summer, the Earth's oldest creature has just found a new home. Lake Placid.
Ooh, creepy.
It's stereo headphones on. Hope you're wearing headphones.
I like how he's got to try to say Lake Placid in like the scariest.
All right, right off the bat, my
Why
main
Lake
beef with
Placid?
this movie, yeah, because apparently it is not Lake Placid.
It's not even called Lake Placid.
Yeah. It's a different lake. They make a joke about that.
It's called like Black Lake. Isn't
yeah,
it, or
they
something?
wanted to call it Lake Placid, but that name was taken.
Which, like, what? And then why name the movie that? Like,
I don't know, you guys, but hey,
okay, has anyone seen this movie before we go on?
I'm pretty sure this is
I'm
another
pretty
one
sure
that we
that I have
rented
seen
back
it,
in the
yes.
day.
Oh my god, I've never even
But I
heard of
I
this
did not
till we
have
brought
much
it up.
memory of it.
I feel like it was also like weirdly the kickoff of the Betty White resurgence.
It might be. I mean, I was
Yeah.
trying to look at her history, and it seems like to be the first time that she kind of made like a movie cameo
Yeah.
where she was like, "I'm not what you'd expect."
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
like this is actually in her known for on
Yes.
IMDb
Yeah.
as well. So,
I'm saying this.
If I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it.
dude, she's so good in this movie. Like, she's absolutely the highlight, and all the reviews say that, and everyone said that at the time apparently, and yeah, like we are not going to say any different.
But this is another one where, like teenage boy is like, oh my God, the poster looks fucking sweet. And the VHS, cassette cover, it's just like someone swimming away from a giant open mouth crocodile.
Crocodile.
But it is just like
Looks very cool.
bizarrely just so confused. Like, even that trailer is so confusing because it's like the music and what they're trying. It sounds like they were like, oh yeah, Anaconda was successful, so let's like make the trailer give off that vibe. But then the movie is not like that vibe at all.
It's Jaws Jurassic
It's
Park.
Jaws, and it's trying to be like funny too. It's specifically like an
Yeah.
action comedy, is like what it says.
Yeah. But hey, the movie came out in 1999, which is
1999.
supposedly like one of the best years for movies. So that means it's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I just like the trailer. I don't know if you watched the trailer, but it's really well done
didn't.
trailer. And
Yes.
when they say their names, it comes up with this text that like is like partially see through. It's really cool, like the way they do it. I don't know.
Okay.
It just looks cool.
And
I
then
liked
one
it.
thing, and I mean this goes to like any monster movie or really any like sequel movie that we talk about. A lot of times we'll like revert to just calling them the actor names instead of the character names. But this time, really, like I could not tell you any of the character names except maybe Hector. Like if you like, had a gun to my head, I'd be like, I don't know.
Oliver Placid.
Yeah. Oliver Placid.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like they say Bill Pullman's character's name maybe once.
I don't even remember.
It's Jack
all
Wells.
Jack
Jack
Wells?
Wells?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They do
Like Snack Wells.
They do yell Kelly a lot, so I remember her
They
name.
do yell Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like Kelly! Oh no! Hank and Hector, yeah.
It doesn't make sense why you're here.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. The movie is
Kelly,
so
no!
weird. I just don't understand like why they did so many of these things, and then a lot of it I do understand and it makes me angry. Like how we open.
Yeah.
Well,
It's the
okay,
Jaws- it's
so
the Jaws
first of all,
open.
we get that the
Yeah.
opening scene. The dude gets killed.
The poor,
with some beaver jokes.
the poor diver,
Yeah.
just trying to do his job.
And then, but then the part that I really want to talk about is we go to the museum where we meet Kelly, Bridget Fonda. And
She's a serious professional 90s archaeologist.
I feel like
Dating her boss.
everything about her character is just because they felt like they had to explain to the audience why there was a hot lady there
Yeah.
at all.
Yes.
Like every single thing about her is like, well, we gotta explain why she's hot and she's there. But then there's another hot lady who's the sheriff's deputy that's like no explanation at all. So like, why couldn't they just be like, she's part of the, fish and game. She's part of the sheriff, like they had to be like, okay, we have to have her be
The Richard Dreyfuss character.
a paleontologist who, and like, it's funny because the first half of the movie, they keep saying like, why are you here? There's no reason for you to be here. And that doesn't change. But
He's like, yeah, you looked at the tooth, so now you can go home, right?
yeah, like she's there and she stays. But then it's this whole thing where it's like, they got to explain that she was sleeping with her boss, and then the boss dumped her for her friend, Mariska Hargitay, the same year that SVU started, by the way.
This is written by David E. Kelly. So,
yes, wild.
Television royalty.
And so then they're like, okay, well, not only did we like have to explain why she had to leave the office and why she's here, like we also now have to explain that she wants to be here to like stay away from her boss but I don't, it's so
Contrived?
and just like offensive also.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just this whole thing about like, yes, she's like you said, she likely has a doctorate if she's a paleontologist, or at least, some sort of advanced degrees, and working in New York, right?
Yeah.
The Natural History Museum.
I like to think that given the plot of where she's at, she actually works at the same museum that Ross worked at from Friends, because it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay. But yeah, then this boss and the whole thing, it's so like degrading. And
He's like, well, I just want you to be out in the field in this one, okay? Just go. Get out of
we
here.
literally don't do that here. And they're like,
she's like,
too bad,
I've never
get out.
done that. What?
And then it's just like every time a boat is hit, she flies into the water again. It's just like
She is flying everywhere in this movie. She never gets to sit still.
I hope she packed enough white shirts.
She's also so mean to the airplane pilot. Although the airplane pilot is the director, so it's kind of funny.
Oh, okay.
She's like, could you not talk to me?
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
That is funny.
So, yeah, I don't know. They're out there investigating. We've got Brendan
The cast is insane.
The cast is bananas.
Brendan Gleeson. I mean, and I don't want to spend the whole movie comparing every little thing to Anaconda, but the fact that Anaconda was like, we're going to let Jon Voight have this insane accent, and then this movie is like, we're going to make Brendan Gleeson contain his accent.
Try his
and
best.
speak in American. Like, I didn't think it was, I couldn't hear it poking through too much.
He did better than Sean Connery.
Yeah, true.
As the Russian submarine commander.
There is that moment where like Hector comments on like being confused about his origins.
Yes.
Which I thought was funny, but
yeah, so he has to contain his accent to be the sheriff guy.
Small town sheriff.
Yeah.
So here's a theory just about lakes. Do we have just lake opinions?
I love a lake.
I like lakes.
Yeah.
I like a lake.
Even though they're like sometimes more gross.
To me, always have been more scared of lakes than the ocean.
Well, it's because they're so murky.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
And they're,
And something's going to touch me, and like maybe there's a big fish down there.
Yeah.
He's mad.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a croc. Where it's like, I know it's in the ocean. It's going to be a shark or something else, but there's other things in there.
I was actually for a long time
more interesting than me.
For a long time when I was younger, I was from Wisconsin, so
Yeah.
we were like going to lakes all the time. I was kind of unafraid of, diving down. My friend and I used to like dive down at this like resort place and like look to see what people had dropped in the swimming area or whatever. And we would do that multiple years. And like, I don't know, like the second year we were there, I was like diving down, looking around. And then like I turned to the right and there was like a fish like right in front of my face. And it like went, it looked like the fish went, like opened his eyes wide, like, oh, fuck, a person. And I did the same thing, like, oh, fuck, a fish. It was just like a regular fish, but it scared the shit out of me. And so then I was like freaked out the rest of my time. And I'm like, never been like, I don't want to go down and just randomly see something anymore. So, I'm good.
I think like most of the lakes I've been on have been like so big that they might as well have been oceans, because you're like at the beach, like Lake Tahoe or Lake Como, but
The rivers and lakes that you're used to.
Yes, those. I haven't. I like to be able to jump into the water off of a boat, ideally, and you don't do that as often in lakes as you do.
Yes.
Get out on the pontoon.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jump off.
I spent Lake Tahoe, the lake of my childhood, but then we went to Lake Mead, which is just a terrible lake. And it is Lake Mead is the lake that was created when they built the Hoover Dam.
I was like, is that one of those man-made lakes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, does
Las
anyone
Vegas.
even go in that?
Yes.
Oh.
They do. I remember there was a family that I went to elementary school, and I don't know if I remember this properly, but it is a thing that's been happening all the time. So it does feel real that they hit a body in the lake when we were in like 5th grade.
A family you know?
A family I know. And so just
Classic
like,
family activity.
Wait, what body?
oh, it's Las Vegas, and so people, mob,
my
dispose of bodies, and
God.
now that it's running out of water, they just keep finding bodies.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
And it did future horror movie that I'll write. The lake did cover up ancient native settlements because when they built the dam.
Oh, perfect.
So
so that they moved the headstones and not the graves. Yeah. Okay.
So I actually find lakes scarier than the ocean.
And you swam in that lake?
Yeah, I did.
cursed.
Not a lot, but I did.
Wait, so weren't you saying you've been to the actual Lake Placid?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying when we
It's New York.
started talking
That's
about
in
I
New
don't
York.
think so.
I looked
wasn't-
it up. It's like small.
They
Like,
had a
why do
Winter
people
Olympic.
even know about it?
Winter Olympics.
Oh, okay. I'm like, why do people know about this other than that it has like a, adjective name?
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely have not.
It looks really small. I don't know how they have the Olympics there, but no, I'm fine.
How do they got room for a 30-foot crocodile?
Wait, they had the Olympics,
Winter.
Winter Olympics so they used like the lake instead of ice rinks?
No, I
I'm like, what? Wait. So they just called it that because it was cool to call it after a landmark, and it wasn't cool to call it like upstate
I'm
New
not
York.
on the Olympic committee. I don't know.
Winter Olympics, upstate New York,
Yeah.
1990, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, anyway. So yeah, that is not the name of the lake in the movie, which is stupid.
Yes.
But yes, you're right. Lakes, terrifying.
Yeah.
Actually, really, all water is terrifying. But yeah, the ocean is much more likely to be clear.
Yeah.
Right. But still terrifying. It's
Big water.
pretty deep. Big water.
Well, and in these
That's right. Big water time.
lake horror movies, and I mean, we have watched a lot of ocean horror movies too.
Yeah.
But in the lake horror movies, it's like someone is always getting their foot stuck in a freaking seaweed or
Yeah.
piece of wood or whatever,
yeah.
and like, not to be a downer, but it reminds me of how like Naya Rivera died in that dumbass
yeah.
lake
Yeah.
in Ventura. I'm not calling her a dumbass. I'm calling the lake a
Yeah,
dumbass. Because like she
Fucking
got stuck in the seaweed or whatever.
If we previously covered open water, would this be closed water?
Yes,
It would be.
it is finite
You
closed
can
water.
eventually swim to the edge
Yeah.
and get out. Closed water. Write that movie.
Yeah.
Well, and they do discuss crocodiles going from like seawater to lake water,
That's
and how
real.
did this happen?
Yeah.
And like they eventually reveal it's from Asia.
Yeah.
Sure.
I never heard of a crocodile crossing an ocean. Well, they conceal information like that in books.
Okay, I heard the accent there for sure. That quote, I was like,
were you watching
is
this?
this a Banshees
I
of
feel like the
Inisherin right
accent.
now?
I feel like the accent is coming through more than you.
I think I just like
Making
him,
it
so
sound-
I was
yeah. I
more
do
like,
like him.
I love him, so I was
Yeah,
just like,
it's
oh
great.
well, I'll pardon it.
It's great.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the same year as, is this the same year as 28 Days? Or is that a 2000, 2001, perhaps?
I don't know. Let me look.
But
I think it's around. It's definitely before like all the Harry Potters, all
Sure.
the other, like.
28 days later is 2002.
oh, okay.
But it's the same year as like The Matrix.
Yes.
That's why the music in the trailer.
There
also
was the
sounds
Matrix.
like
Yes,
The
it
Matrix,
definitely
like,
came out after the Matrix. Yeah.
It's like similar Matrix style music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Bill Pullman gets called in.
What's the
everyone
difference
gets
between
called
him
in.
and Brendan Gleeson?
One of them's a sheriff,
Fishing
the other guy's
game and
just
one is
fishing
local
game.
sheriff.
Okay, so Bill Pullman's fishing game?
Yeah. But then he's not like the national wildlife.
He's not
people.
national fishing game?
Yeah, I don't
He must be like state national park, whatever.
local, like the local
not state national, state.
people that
State
would
and
be,
Maine
yeah.
fishing game.
the people that would be going around the lakes, making sure you got your hunting license, fishing license. all that stuff.
Yeah.
Lake Patrol.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're just called.
Well, and she did say that part of his
he's a
job
United
is
States Fish and Wildlife Service.
to make sure that animals don't go extinct.
What?
She did. At one point, she was like, it's your job to keep animals from going extinct.
Okay.
So that's why we can't kill the crocodile.
That does make sense. I do remember that scene where he was out playing romantic music around all those geese.
Yeah. So he's a U.S. that's part of the Department of the Interior, so that's like U.S. thing, yeah. And then
Okay.
all these departments that don't exist anymore.
That's right.
Yeah, and then local sheriff is Brendan Gleeson, and the people that come in later, I think, were like the Florida specific
Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Oh, okay.
Because they have gator experience.
I guess.
They were going to come help them kill the crocodile.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a gator, okay? Get it right.
Crocodile.
The first AI song I made was like said that it was a gator, and I was like, you got it wrong.
I am actually surprised that this movie does not have a explanatory kind of talky. What's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
Absolutely. Literally at the top of my notes, I have crocodile written in giant letters because I kept being like, wait, which one is it again? Wait, which one is it again?
They just have that one scene where she's like, it's an Asian Pacific one because the bumps were round.
Well, because Florida is known for having gators specifically, right?
Yeah.
Like Gator World and all that shit is like Florida. So then, but crocodiles, are they in America typically? Is it just this one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
this movie was not educational enough.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because it's a saltwater crocodile, and it says they're mostly, I don't know, Southeast Asia, Northern Australia, Micronesia.
Okay. Yeah. So it's never explained. That's got to be explained in one of the other movies, right? How it got there.
Why? Why do you think
It
that?
has to be.
Why? Why do you think that?
I just do think that.
You don't think it's, I don't think, okay, well, we'll talk about where this movie ends, but I'm guessing that it's just going to be like, there's a crocodile in this lake, and so the movie's called Lake Placid too. I'm assuming no connections, but
Yeah.
we'll find
At
we'll find
some
out.
point, they must explain it, I think.
Well, in
Maybe not.
this one, they just say like they've been migrating north.
I
or
love.
whatever.
I just want to pause. I love. This is one of my favorite things. I love after how many times and how many series we've done, and we've watched truly some of the worst movies on the planet. That Ela still has hope.
I do.
You know what? They're gonna explain.
I want to know.
explain it.
No, because it does. Like they said, it's highly unlikely that it could cross multiple oceans. So, because we're in the Atlantic, we're near the Atlantic Ocean here, not even the Pacific.
You could argue that the movie does explain it, and that Betty White's just ordering crocodiles online and feeding them.
Maybe, but also I feel like it's got to be some kind of like someone brought it there, like a circus or something in the in the 1800s or some shit, and then it grew from there.
We'll see if the made-for-television
Circus
movie,
prequel.
Yeah.
We'll see if the made-for-television movie that comes out almost 10 years later explains.
Ooh, okay. I have faith. I still have faith.
I think it's more likely to have a song.
Ooh,
would
yeah,
be
no
great.
song
That
here
would be great.
either.
Still
Lame.
no song. Except
Very
for
lame.
fucking, it's
Yeah.
not unusual.
Yeah, and
It was unusual. It's a big
No,
crocodile.
yeah, you're right. That's a good
me
point.
and you, or whatever that one.
Oh, there's a Bob Marley song at the end, too.
There is, which is just such a weird choice.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It is weird.
Speaking of things that don't make sense, do you think that what substance or how high on your own supply do you have to be David E. Kelly and you're sitting there writing, you're just like, yes, billionaire, obsessed with crocodiles, who flies around the world to swim with them?
And looks like Oliver Platt.
And it looks like Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt, hilarious in this movie. I'm sorry.
So I mean,
Is he?
He's
The only thing I like in this movie is him and Brendan Gleeson trading stupid barbs.
And then sort of falling in love?
They have a homosexual joke, is what
They do.
what he says. In the,
That was funny, actually.
in the movie.
But yeah, and then like I already mentioned the other, like the lady sheriff's deputy who's
Sure.
there, and like it's just also just very David E. Kelly. Why? Like, I know he knows how to write good women characters. I mean,
Sure.
this is like the man that will bring us every TV show ever.
I do think there's somewhere out there, like, from the writer of Ally McBeal comes Lake Placid.
Yeah, Big Little Lies.
Yeah, should we go down the list of David E.
it's
Kelly?
So many.
Like-
He didn't do that many movies.
True.
So and
I
it
can
is
see
true
why.
that you have much more time to delve into a character in a long-running television series than in one movie. But yeah, these two women are just, oh my God. And then they do have, no wait, they're talking about men. I was gonna say it could pass the Bechdel test, but they're always talking about men, because she asks the sheriff's deputy, like, hey, at night, like, basically, it seems like she's asking if the other sheriff's deputies are going to try to rape her at night.
That's right.
Like, it seems like a very thinly...
as a joke.
Yeah, like... Yeah. And then the other girl's like, ha, 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 and then later, she's just, like, dancing with all of them and Oliver Platt. And then way, way later in the movie, he's, like, wanting to go in the water to swim with the crocodile, and she's like, don't do it. If stay in the helicopter and I'll have sex with you. And he's like... Cool. But the crocodile, like,
and I gotta see it. Yeah.
Which, like, what?
I will say that I do like how that scene resolves, because Oliver Platt is in there and he just has to have a moment when he sees this giant crocodile and he's like, I'm feeling a little bit foolish. Which I think is one of the best deliveries.
Yeah. Well, we rarely get that kind of self-awareness in these movies. Yeah,
and then Kelly later is like, you have to promise not to ever go swimming again. And he's like, oh, no, I'm not going back in there.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
There was an interesting friendship between the two of them in a weird way also, because he comes out being like, oh yeah, I had sex with her, and she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? We never had sex. But then there is sort of like kind of a somewhat of a mutual respect in the field.
They both
they clearly
he
had
is like
some
a
history,
professor of mythology or something.
I mean, here's the thing I will say about that joke of him like being like, oh yeah, we had sex, like wildly misogynistic and whatever. He does turn it back on himself, being like, it's so bad they never remember.
But
still,
just
not
because
cool.
you self-deprecate doesn't make it okay.
No, it does not.
And then but then there's the scene later, when she does ask him like, hey, please don't do that again, where like he does have like some recognition of like, and she kind of sees him for, she's the only one that kind of is telling the other dudes like, hey, like.
He's eccentric,
but he does have the
a
helicopter,
helicopter.
and he's doing it for whatever kind of what he thinks are noble reasons, basically.
What do we think about his G.I. Joe Cobra Commander helicopter?
the one that looks like a crocodile.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I mean, it fits with his personality, I think, of just like, I'm the crocodile.
But yeah, and also
guy.
the lady deputy knew how to fly it immediately. And I was like, I guess, like, I don't know how many helicopters they have in the department there, but.
I was just looking to confirm this, but this movie is rated R.
Okay.
Anaconda, only PG-13.
That's crazy. This is so much less violent.
I was like, why do you think that you think it's just because of we see the severed head and the gore?
Yes.
The cut in half body.
Do we want to, should we talk about that first guy who gets his head cut off?
Well, let's also say, I think a total of 3 people die in this
not
movie.
very much.
The body count is low.
2 people?
Yeah.
Well, Betty White's husband died off screen.
Okay, yeah. But it's like for a movie that is about a killer crocodile terrorizing people, rated R, not a very high body count.
No,
which is a big knock.
Nameless net guy.
Nameless, yeah.
My favorite part about that is everyone just be like, nobody saw anything, and it's just like it leapt out of the water and bit his head off.
What, you think its head just fell off? It was like a clean break.
In the shot, it was like it does kind of almost look like a splash of water comes out and hits his head off because it's like so concealed.
Nobody saw anything.
It happened so fast. He was just headless all of a sudden.
Boy.
I think only those 2 people though, right? Am I missing someone that dies? Nobody dies at the end.
Nope. Yeah, I think you might be
right.
A
grizzly bear.
Well, the bear
dies, which is dope as hell.
The bear scene is the best scene.
It's a pretty good scene.
Yeah.
For them to finally be like, all right, you're right. It's a crocodile. You're right.
Helicopter dies.
Helicopter, yeah. And a crocodile. So I guess it's rated R for all the blood and guts.
Well, I think it's just rated R because of all the times they talk about fucking, but it's so like not worth it.
Yeah, but do they even like? They don't say that many swear words, do they?
No, but they just keep talking about like, oh, sex, haha, or what does he say? Like something like
they say the word homosexual. Rated
Betty
R.
White says "suck my dick" or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, yeah, I think it's just like for this like crude humor or whatever. But also, I was just like, it wasn't that funny. Like,
it feels like such a
The Betty White
tamer
one was
movie.
funny, but all the other stuff is stupid. Like, I don't know. It does feel like it was trying to almost go for more of like a family film vibe by today's standards. You know, I was like, what is this? Like, it's so different from Anaconda, like in tone.
It's like Anaconda is just stupid fun, and this one's like trying to have fun, but it's like it's like weirdly serious, but then like the movie is mostly just people talking shit. And
I know,
like,
and it's
not
trying to like build up
much.
the backstories of these characters and like tell us their emotions and all that stuff. Whereas like Anaconda, we didn't get as much of that, but I do feel like I knew those people better and cared
Right.
about them more than any of the people in this movie.
Anaconda is a movie that knows that it's about a big snake.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Lake Placid is aware that it's a giant crocodile.
No,
movie.
it was like, oh, it's about this lady who works at the museum. I'm like, no, like,
Nobody cares.
she has to fall in love with Bill Pullman.
Show us the
well,
crocodile.
yeah, I mean, who wouldn't, right? But like, yeah, I can't believe this came out after Independence Day, by the way, because he looks so young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's true.
Well, we can talk a little bit about we talked about the animatronic snake, so we can talk about the like robot crocodile in this one. Stan Winston did this one.
Robo Crocodile's pretty cool.
I think
it was
it's
good.
I think it's way cooler than the Anaconda.
Yeah, I agree.
But a crocodile is, I mean, they have this one jumping out very quickly and doing things, but a crocodile is typically a very slow moving,
Yeah.
like stationary kind of like it lies in wait, you know.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't.
then it does move quickly when it does
Yes,
the attack.
but an anaconda is every part of it is moving. It's
Yeah.
a snake. There's however many, joints in there or whatever, whereas crocodile just kind of like scoots along and then jumps out. Even at the end, like when they have it tranked or whatever, you just like didn't even need to do anything then because like it wouldn't move at all.
How dare you disparage my reptilian brethren? Crocodiles can run 20 miles an hour.
Oh, good luck.
Oh, fine. But do they? Can they and do they? It's like,
Apparently the only
how
way-
fast could I run as opposed to how fast will I run?
The only way you can the main way you can easily escape a crocodile is just to swim underwater. Apparently, that's what they say.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah, that was so weird. I was like,
They
what?
can't see you underwater.
I think untrue.
I don't know if that's true.
think-
I don't know. But yeah, the animatronic was made by Stan Winston, and apparently they like reached out to him about it, but like didn't fully hire him at first. But he like there's a whole
He's like, I got a
half an
croc.
hour. Yeah, there's a whole half an hour like making of on the
Yeah,
Oh,
Shout Factory
nice.
Blu-ray. Which is
Oh,
pretty cool.
right. Shout out to Shout
That
Factory.
factory.
And yeah, they talk about how like he made the crocodile like on spec before they even hired him. He was just like, get to work.
Yeah,
Stan
I want this
Winston
crocodile.
Studios.
Yeah.
Let's go make it. And I mean, I thought it turned out really great.
I do love, spoiler alert, this crocodile does not die. And is tranked and on a flatbed truck over the credits while Bob Marley plays. And it looks so
Like,
goofily awesome on this.
Well, its mate died.
yes, true.
One crocodile did die because
Yes.
there's two. Randomly.
We don't find out which gender one lived and died, do we?
I don't think.
I mean,
so.
knowing David E. Kelly, it was probably the woman.
It just says two adults were
Okay.
actually they were a mating pair because
Yeah.
obviously we see babies at the end too.
Yeah.
But we don't know which one is which. But yeah, I don't know what else was I going. Oh, other things from the documentary
Yeah.
really
Yes.
quick. The other really crazy thing about this movie is that they built they did film on some actual lakes, but for a lot of it they built this like 1.5 million gallon tank that they
Sure.
sunk into the ground at a lake and like, then built all the trees and everything around it. So like a lot of the stuff they're filming in, like the final sequence and all this stuff, is at this like, man-made lake that they did for like a set just for
So
the
this
thing.
movie was expensive.
Yeah, real expensive. And it's
It's
like,
all in Canada, too. And like,
it's just crazy
they
that
didn't want to just come to the Universal
that they did
backlot.
that. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense that they wanted to be able to like control. They wanted to be able to control the lighting and everything on this
Sure.
place. Yeah. But apparently, everyone hated it because they were shooting a lot of those water scenes in November. Apparently in Canada, so
Vancouver,
very
oh my
cold,
God.
very cold. Yeah.
Wow.
But
Let's see. Was it a phrase in the 90s to call someone a mental?
I never.
I think
I don't
you are
know.
a mental. Not mental, a mental.
That I was like, what does he mean?
I thought he was like stopping mid-sentence.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is the next word? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
A mental case, a mentally
Because I feel like at that time people were still actively using like the R word for
Yes.
those kind of
yeah,
things.
but I feel like you could say like, whoa, mental. Like there was that, but a mental?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Not that I know of.
Yeah. He does it multiple times. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about Betty White, but she's very funny. And it turns out that she was just feeding the crocodile, because
nobody else lives on the lake, I guess.
She's the only person, yeah. And I like that they just kind of like happen upon watching her feeding it with the cow.
I did like how her like first cover story is basically just like a regular real story. They're like, you killed your husband. She's like, yeah, I did. He asked me to. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, go look. I buried him under.
Awkward,
You can go check it out.
bye. Like, that's the sheriff, you know? Like, they actually do prosecute people for that kind of dumb crap if you ever watch Grey's Anatomy. But yeah.
Not in a small town, maybe.
But I guess not there. He was like, not worth it.
For Duffy?
Yeah, Duffy. Oh my God, Duffy is living in 2110
That's right.
with the aliens.
As part of the Prodigy Corp.
Yeah, Prodigy Core Island. Anyway, yeah, and so it is funny how she's basically just like, I don't give a crap about you guys. I want to keep my crocodile.
It's so funny, like that whole scene where they're like, she's telling them what's happening. She's like, yeah, I've been feeding it for 6 years. And they're like, 6 years? What the fuck? Yeah.
It does, like, it makes the question for me of this. It's just like, okay, like, so don't do the fish and wildlife beaver thing anymore. There's not, like, people recreationally using the lake. There's not, like, so, like, there's not a point where, like, there's a speedboat or, like, people are out there swimming or, like, none of that's happening. So it's like, why? Okay, so just let it stay there, I guess.
It disrupts the ecosystem.
No, they never talk about that. They basically just want revenge.
They do talk about that.
They
about
say
how
it's
it
like
disrupted it?
They say it's like an apex species that like changes the. They do talk about that because they're like, oh, that's why there's worms on this toe.
I think there was a couple of times.
It's the dumbest fucking shit.
There was a couple of times where they were basically like saying there's no one at this lake except this one lady who likes it anyways, and the only other people who come here are like teens that we told not to come here and go skinny dipping, so they obviously deserve to die. And so it
like that one teen in the town that the sheriff talks to.
Yeah. Oh god,
that was terrible too.
This is out of context, but I do think that it's interesting. I was watching a horror movie over the weekend, and there was a new horror movie, but it was a little bit retro, but there was a babysitter that stepped outside to smoke a cigarette. And I was like, is that now in horror movie rules breaking a rule? It's almost like having sex. You smoke a cigarette. Does that now mark that teen for death? In this movie, yes.
I think any kind of like
substance.
Drug or substance always
yeah.
marks them for death in horror movies. Even drinking, usually. Or really anything by yourself or with one other person
anything
only.
by yourself.
So it's like drinking at the party maybe doesn't like ruin you and make you die. But if you go out with a bottle by yourself and you're drinking, then you're gonna die.
Yeah, fair.
Brief aside. But
what else happens in this movie? I mean, it's
not a lot happens in this movie.
A lot of talking.
There's a lot of it's just like big crocodile. Oliver Platt's like, I'm going to swim with it. I think it's fine. And then he sees it. It's like, this one's different for some reason.
There's, I'm like, I have some other hilarious clips. I really liked this moment, too.
He said he knew karate.
He said he knew karate. Brendan Gleeson just punches him out. After he bragged about being a brown belt or whatever.
Wait, so you were watching the Shout Factory DVD. How did you watch this movie, Tyler?
I purchased through iTunes.
Oh, you did?
How many movie collection? 6 movie Lake Placid collection.
Oh, maybe I should have done that. Yeah. I watched it on Tubi. Commercials, and there was a commercial for CVS that had a guy that looked exactly like Richard Karn buying something at CVS. And like they were full on like trying to capitalize on the fact that he looked like Richard Karn. Like, he was wearing a plaid shirt and he had a beard, and I was like, wow.
He's like, it's tool time.
Yeah. And then there was another one of Patrick Warburton hawking barefoot wines for the NFL.
I've seen that.
I was like, what?
That's weird. That's weird.
Wild.
I can't. We just watched. We watched Sinners the other day, and it had ads, and it was horrible.
Oh my God.
I can't do the movies with ads.
Why?
It's like, I don't be watching Sinners, and it pops up with an ad for
there's
Sonic.
a 20-minute video of Ryan Coogler explaining aspect ratios that is rolling around in its grave because you watch Sinners with ads.
It's not my fault. That's just how we have it.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Terrible.
Okay. But yeah, those were the two commercials, and it was not very well cut, honestly. Like it would be at a natural scene change, but then when you come back from the commercial, it somehow goes backwards by like a few seconds. Like it's good on the out, but not on the back end.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It just ruins the vibe completely.
Yeah.
So part of my viewing experience for this movie is that I was just constantly trying to line it up to like the Jaws proxies that it was trying to do. And there's a part of me that feels like, okay, like Bill Pullman as the sheriff, although he's not the sheriff, he's the fishing game guy, what the fuck ever, in this movie. And, you know, I always thought, why has Bill Pullman not had a better, longer career? I think he's fantastic.
What are you talking
he's
about?
Great.
He's in Newsies.
Yeah.
Never heard of
Independence Day.
But then
And
that one I know.
either
I've never heard of
Dave or
Newsies.
the American president. I can never remember which is
Spaceballs.
which.
But
Spaceballs.
as watching this movie, I was like, no, I see. I see why.
How dare you?
Is he going to be back for the new Spaceballs movie?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
hope
Didn't
so.
they say that?
I have no idea.
Oh, man.
With his son, probably. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't find him convincing or charismatic in this movie.
Aww.
I thought he was fine.
He's automatically charismatic. He's Bill Pullman.
He's fine.
He will not go quietly into the night. Okay.
yeah.
I'm a fan. I was like, oh, this will be fun.
Every year I have to do the images on like social media and our TV screens for blank spaces for the holidays.
Sure.
And every year pretty much that I remember, I do 4th of July closure one and I put Bill Pullman in the picture. Literally no one has ever said anything about it. I have worked at this company for 14 years and I didn't do it every year, but
They're
literally
just like, oh, wow, you got the president in
no
there.
one has
criminal.
ever said anything.
Criminal.
They probably just thought like, oh wow, random picture of a white man. Like they don't get it. It's just
We
so
don't get it.
offensive to me.
That is pretty messed up.
Anyway, there's another Anaconda connection. Do you know about this? Have you heard
I
this?
do not.
Do you know about this? Okay.
Tell me.
So Bridget Fonda
Okay.
in this movie, you may know that in 2003 she was in a horrible car crash and broke a vertebrae, and then very quickly after that became Mrs. Danny Elfman.
Yep.
If you've been listening to this podcast, you might or may not know that I'm not the biggest Danny Elfman fan. You know, he had his moments, but everyone else is except me in the world. Anyway, so she fully like retired from acting after they got married and had a kid, and like has not acted a single time like since 2002. And but what's interesting is that before this accident, before Danny Elfman, before this movie, she was in a relationship since 1990 to 1998 with Eric Stoltz. So her and Stoltz were together when he made Anaconda, and then it looks like she maybe went to make this movie and then they broke up, or maybe
He was
she
like,
made
"That's my
this
turf."
movie right after they broke up. So I'm like, oh, interesting. I wonder if there's any sort of like
You said you'd never do a
I'm
giant
gonna make a monster movie now. Like
You told me you'd never do it. That's
It is interesting that it appears that neither of these, Anaconda nor Lake Placid, are like some ancient, mythical, magical, evil snake. Or
yet.
like they all it appears to just be like, yep, crocodile. It's big.
Just happens to be
no.
a big one.
Yeah.
I feel like it is gonna end up being Not mythical,
maybe.
but ancient.
But in this movie, it's just a
You
regular.
are holding out so much hope for
I
us.
am.
I'm like,
I also know the title of the next Anaconda, so I'm thinking there's got to be something
I
mystical.
was like, these future movies don't have to explain anything. They just have to be like, there's another one.
Yeah, they could just be like, I know, it's going to be awful.
This lake also
I don't know.
has
You
a
guys think that,
crocodile.
but this was 20th century.
We gotta hope that they
Fox,
go crazy.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But or Fox 2000.
Fox 2000, yeah.
But then I think it switches to be like sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
NBC, Universal. Well,
think
not at the time, but
Yeah.
now.
These ones pretty quickly become sci-fi.
So sci-fi,
Movies.
but so you think they're not going to be connected at all, but like think about Sharknado. Those are all insanely connected, like a lot. Okay, like what about
but that's
Trevor's?
when they had perfected.
You
the
know what?
formula.
You know what, listeners? It's true. Come here. Think about Sharknado.
Sharknado,
We haven't done
Trevor's.
Sharknado.
Think about it.
I've seen only like 2 Sharknados. I think.
I don't think I've seen a single one.
Oh really?
I don't know that I have seen a Sharknado.
No, never
I've seen
seen
the first one.
Never actually seemed funny enough to me. Sorry.
They do go to space at some
They
point.
might be funny. I don't know.
But yeah, they always will like do a thing where they're like, oh, his son's back in the picture, or his daughter's here now, or his ex-wife, and I'm like, dude, I don't remember any of these people. Okay, like, or
Well,
just, you know,
hopefully
we'll
one of
see.
them. Hopefully one of them's called Son of Lake Placid.
Ooh.
I'm kidding. I don't think that's true. But
One of them is one of them's going to be a summer camp. I almost guarantee it.
oh yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, I think
Remember-
we will
oh.
see moving on that this does have like the most unimaginative title sequence of anything maybe that we've ever done. There's like almost no colon like subtitles. It's all just numbers the entire time.
Can't wait.
Um,
I will say, Tyler, you were talking about the Jaws comparison stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that Marks on this movie, I feel like it does a better job of making like the idea of the crocodile and like making it feel scary when people are in the water than the Anaconda movie. Like there's a lot more underwater moments of people just being like, the crocodile's there somewhere. It just pulled the boat like way over here. Like
Yes.
it might be right underneath me. Fuck. I feel like it does a better job of that than Anaconda did of like,
Absolutely. Yes.
I don't know. The Anaconda did not look scary at all to me at
No.
first. So, and I don't feel like they did a good job of it like creeping around. Like there was a couple moments of Anaconda vision, but this one just seemed like maybe it's because the lake. I mean, I don't know. The Amazon River is also pretty freaky, but the lake, we're talking about how freaky the lakes are. I don't know. I think it just does a better job of like that. There's something under you, possibly get scared.
yeah, it's interesting because this one's sort of like the real crocodiles were the friends we made along the way, where Anaconda was really like the real evil snake was the guy we picked up along
That's
the way.
right. That's right. He's the true Anaconda.
No, but another thing. So the music.
John Ottman.
Yeah, who
Yes.
I had not heard of this guy, but he famously, I guess, is Bryan Singer's editor and composer.
Yeah, he does
And-
the X2 score and everything.
And
yeah.
then he's the one who had to take over Bohemian Rhapsody, that everybody was like, oh, he deserves the Oscar because he had to take over after both directors left and edited the whole thing. Yeah.
I was like, I guarantee that, when Avengers Doomsday comes out, we're going to be hearing some of his music in that.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure they already did it in like at the end of the Marvels or whatever movie.
yeah, they did.
Yeah, they had some of his music in there. Because it's like
I think so.
it's a pretty recognizable theme as far as like older superhero movies go. So.
Guys, I have exciting news. I was peering into our future.
Oh,
briefly.
no. Cheating.
Spoilers!
And I was just looking because I was like, are we going to get, and I am terrified for what is before us, but I want to play a little game. And I think that we're all, and I don't know,
I like games.
I don't know the answer to this, but I know for a fact that on our journey, we come across friends along the way, and we are going to have a Joey Pants sighting.
I know this already.
you already do, okay.
So, okay.
I think I did hear this.
The
yes.
reason I know this is because, peek behind the curtain is I go through the IMDb's of every movie
Yes.
before we do it, just to look for potential guests.
I see.
Like I skim every cast and crew member to be like, do I know someone that knows that person? Can I, is this someone that sounds like I could reach out to them and they might respond? So I do that. So yes, I did know about Joey Pants.
All right, so we will not play Guess the Pants, but
well, I don't know which one, and you can try to guess. Justin could try to guess which one. I really don't know.
We're getting Joey Pants on the podcast.
Oh my God, that'd be incredible. We would die.
I think that he is going to be.
You're telling me he's in a Lake Placid movie?
Or an Anaconda.
Oh,
but I'm pretty sure it's Lake Placid.
I think he's probably in like the fourth one. No, the third one, because I feel like the fourth one is the crossover. I think he's in Lake Placid 3.
Oh, all right. I have no idea.
I'm gonna say Lake Placid 2.
You just looked it up.
I didn't know which one he was in.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
So, yeah. Interesting. Remember Joey Pants was in the Chucky TV show?
That's right.
For some reason?
Yeah.
Gosh, what a guy.
Do we think Devin Sawa shows up in this?
Was there something recently where Joey Pants was in it and then someone had a big argument about whether anyone calls him Joey Pants other than us? And we were like, everyone calls him that. And then they didn't believe us.
Yes, I do remember who this was.
Oh, okay.
Because he was in the Bad Boys movie.
It is frequent never guest of the show.
Frequent.
No, but it didn't have to do with Bad Boys. It had to do with something like very recently. And we were like, oh my God, Joey Pants. I don't remember what it was, though.
Yeah.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
All right.
But yes, they were like, nobody says that. I'm like, yes, they do.
Everyone says that. Like, it does make sense to me that people would accuse us of having a bunch of like random jokes that are not actually cultural references.
Guilty. But
There have been times where our friends are like, is that a podcast joke?
We're like, no, it's literally
is that a
like
podcast?
it's from SNL, like or something.
be online more, okay?
Figure out your life. His name is Joey Pants. Look it up. Okay, well, the whole time they've been going back and forth. We're going to kill this crocodile. We're going to capture it. Kill it, capture it. They finally decide it's a miracle of science. They got to try try one. Like, give us one chance to capture it. Okay, one chance.
I didn't think that the plan of just using a small rag of ether to try to knock it out was a good one.
Get on its back and put it over its nostrils. Yeah,
I thought that was a little silly.
that would have been hilarious. Yeah. No, instead they steal one of Betty White's cows and use it as bait.
Yeah. Yep.
And she's like, fuck you. Yeah.
Also, does she just have like a cattle farm? Like, how many cows is like?
I know. I did find it
confusing.
Funny that she took the time to blindfold the cow before she sacrificed it.
That is one of the funniest things.
I was like, that's nice, I guess.
Well, you would never get the cow to walk out there otherwise. Yeah. How would you walk it out?
The crocodile was already out when she was walking.
The crocodile was out like this.
Oh, I thought she walked it out and then the crocodile just jumped out.
The crocodile was out with his mouth open like, feed me.
It was not mercy, it was practicality.
Well, still.
It was funny that she was, when they see that happening, they're like, look 10 feet in the water. Like, you couldn't see the giant crocodile.
Yeah.
And it cuts back multiple times.
Well, because they're looking with binoculars. So you have to turn,
Yes, nothing makes...
It's a pretty funny shot of the crocodile just opening his mouth like...
Nothing is better cinema than when just the vignettes of two binocular lenses are framing the shot. It's just like, oh no, we need to look
Let's
a little to the left.
Let's show all three characters figuring this out. Oh my God.
Let's spend 3 minutes of screen time on this. When we have a giant animatronic crocodile just sitting there. Oh
God. So yeah, they fly this cow over the lake. And he's like,
The cow disappoints me.
Just before or after
the cow
Twister.
disappoints me. Yeah, right.
This is after.
And it seems like nothing didn't happen, and then all of a sudden the crocodile shows up.
It does.
And totally takes out the helicopter.
Crocodiles can jump.
That's right. And there's kind of a tense moment where nobody dies.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I thought for sure like Brendan Gleeson was gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Like I thought someone else was gonna die, and it just doesn't happen.
At least one of the other deputies, like probably the lady one.
Meredith Salinger. You could die.
They shoot the croc up with a ton of trank darts.
Yep.
And then they're like, "Fuck it, switch to regular bullets." But they are able to subdue the one crocodile
Before the Florida natives get there.
Yeah.
There's that hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious, but there's that scene where it's like Bill Pullman grabs the rifle and they're like, "No, don't kill him, no!" And he shoots it, and it turns out it was a trank dart.
It was a joke. That's not something that
LOL.
we could have done it much faster if I just used the words.
Don't worry, guys. It's a trank dart. I'm gonna let them scream at me while I shoot this gun. I do like the scene that was in the trailer where, like shit is still going crazy, and then like Brendan Gleeson's in the water, and he says this.
Just have this feeling everything's totally safe.
Okay.
It is pretty good.
I thought that was really funny because you're like, okay, yeah, this guy's just kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Absent of the visuals, I can now hear it. But like when I was watching it seemed pretty
really
convincing. But
I
now
was
I'm like, oh my God, it sounds horrible.
It's really obvious to me.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Yeah, here's another one.
Crocodiles can't swim in salt water.
Yeah, well, that'll be your little secret.
I just liked Oliver Platt like ripping on him so much.
Oh my God. But then they like loved each other.
Yeah,
it was
and
so
they're
weird.
Like, they're like, we're happy now.
That's how 90s romances start. You just make fun of people until they fall in love with you.
I guess.
And yeah, the whole movie, Brendan Gleeson's character has had this like grenade launcher gun.
Yeah.
And he finally gets to use it at the end. And,
Back to one.
Yeah.
I don't care or know anything about guns, but there's like a billion things in the IMDb trivia about how this was like a special thing that they created for the movie, and it's not even really a grenade launcher. It just like shoots a flare off, and it's like an attachment on a normal gun or something like that. But it was whatever it was invented for this movie.
People would be obsessed about the guns. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Whatever. Who cares? It was a cool looking gun that blew up things. Whatever. I don't care if it's real.
Blew up a fake.
Stan
crocodile.
Winston's hard work.
No!
The backup one, not the real one.
Yeah.
It was significantly smaller.
Is there anything else, or are we at rating system time?
The movie does end with baby.
Oh, right.
Baby crocodiles.
So they're taking the other one away on a giant truck.
Bob Marley plays.
Yep.
They're taking it all the way across the country for some reason, which does not seem...
to Oregon.
Yeah.
But Betty White is feeding the babies and getting them accustomed to the taste of human blood.
Yep. Biting her little toesies.
Biting my toes. Fun story anecdote from the documentary. They used caimans for that. That were like, he said that they were, they used little baby caimans, and they were attached to like fishing lines, and there were like 5 guys in the water, like holding these,
What are caimans?
Yeah, I was like, explain it to me like a man who doesn't know what a caiman is.
What the hell is that?
It's a type of...
It's like a little lizard?
Yeah, let's look it up.
You said that as if you know what it
Well, I
is.
thought you guys would maybe know.
Why would we know what that is?
I don't know.
Do you know what it is before you read this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Quiz me on caiman facts right now.
Like the
Probably
islands?
it's just a relatively small sized crocodile. So
I
I
know
I think it's just a small crocodile that never gets bigger.
It's a teacup pig.
Yeah. So it's something that they can control, and it's a small thing.
Okay.
Instead of using the actual baby, whatever.
Ask me questions about manta rays right now.
I don't think she wanted them to break the skin and have the taste of human
That was a
blood.
joke.
Okay. It's like those
was a
fish
joke.
pedicure things or whatever that people get.
They're growing up with the taste of human blood.
Right,
That's why
yeah.
they attack.
Okay, so
But anyways,
what's
they're on fishing lines. The thing I was going to say is that apparently 2 of them escaped during the filming. So they said somewhere out there are 2 caimans. Who knows if they survived? But
Oh God.
they stay that small. That's why they use them. Sorry.
Yeah. So there's also so there's the baby ones there with Betty White in the original fictional Black Lake, and then we have the big one going to Oregon. What do you think
Does it make it there?
will happen?
Is this a Lost World situation? where it
So
breaks
in
free.
2, will we just completely start over at a completely different lake that
Yes.
has nothing to do with
Yes.
it?
That's what I'm gonna
Do
say.
you actually know that, or you just
I
guessing?
do not know that.
Okay.
I'm guessing that it's a totally different lake, and it's just called Lake Placid 2 because
Because it's a different lake.
That's the thing people know.
Yeah.
I think that for
Sorry.
reasons, the big one will disappear. We won't hear from it again, but the second movie will be about these little ones having grown up now.
Okay.
I Betty White will be gone, but I think it'll be like the same lake in my mind.
I predict in the second movie it will actually be Lake Placid and not
Yes.
some other lake. They will do away with that confusing premise. Yeah. I honestly think it's just going to be like people on a it might be like literally the same setup, but it'll have nothing to do with any of these characters.
They should have done Lake Placid versus Free Willy in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
Oh my god. Lake
still
Placid versus
time.
Free Willy.
Yeah.
We never really get to see Free Willy in much of an action sequence.
No. I think the killer whale would kill that alligator. That's just my take.
Remember the whaling?
They will never do another Free Willy.
Yeah.
You guys, if you want to go back and listen to old episodes, that was back when Justin would write the parody songs and record them flat out.
to be whale.
That was so good. Free Willy 3. Just go back and listen to it.
I actually came close to trying to write something for Anaconda, and I just didn't.
Yeah.
I was starting to think of things, and then I'm like,
How dare you have a family and a life?
I know. I don't have time.
Should
Otherwise,
have time for parody songs.
otherwise I would do it. That was really fun, though.
Yeah.
Maybe someday I'll get back into it. I have to be inspired. Was I inspired by Lake Placid? Not really. Not really.
No.
All right. You want to do the rating system?
I think it's just about that time. How many blindfolded cows would you give 1999
To the crocodile.
Yeah. Lake Placid.
I'm going to feed the crocodile about 4
Yeah.
over the course of 6 years. I think there are some good things about this movie that we talked about. I think it has a lot of really funny dialogue, but then it's like when you look at the type of movie it's supposed to be, I feel like it totally fails at that.
Yeah.
Like there's like a maybe one scene that's like pretty decent as far as like being freaked out about the crocodile in the water. And like I said, I do feel like they do a better job of how it was in Anaconda, but that was also like so poorly done in Anaconda, I feel, that anything could be better. So this movie, I just think is a little, like Ela said, confused and not super great. It's interesting that it is still around.
Yeah. I feel badly now for judging Anaconda too harshly because, well, I watched this movie and like at first I was like, oh, this is like way better. I'm going to like this way more. You know, it's like so funny and it has all these people or whatever. And then by the end I was like, oh, that was boring. Like it just didn't. Yeah. Anaconda was way better and it had people of color and it just knew tonally what it was trying to do and was just like scarier, honestly. Like, because this one, it's like, yes, you have the monster that they're quote unquote fighting, but they're not really fighting any people. Like in Anaconda, there's like the evil people and the good people, and then there's like this monster that's gonna, figure things out. This one, not only are there no bad people, they end up wanting to save the crocodile at the end and not even kill it. So
you just don't have that creeping terror that at any point John Voight could leap from a sitting position up until,
and murder you with his thighs.
That's the tension that it's really lacking.
Yeah, and so I mean they have
ridiculous.
Like the Oliver Platt character, but he's played for laughs and not for any sort of threat. Like,
well, and even he is a little bit toothless because they humanize him. He's not there just to be like eccentric and hated. Like that character is teed up to die.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of these movies, like even Jurassic Park or whatever, have like the rich person who turns out to be evil and want to catch the thing at all costs or get the thing or whatever, but this just doesn't have anything like that.
Jurassic Park, higher body count than this movie.
Yeah.
I do feel like if there were like 2 if there were like 2 more
Yeah.
amazing, gruesome human kills, like I would maybe bump it up like 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
But it's
so
just not
anyways, I feel bad because I know I gave Anaconda a 4 and that was like the lowest that anybody gave it, but now I have to go even lower for this one.
We
So
were like 7.
I'm running
or whatever
out
it was.
of room, so I'm just gonna give it 3.
You might find yourself in a rough
By
Yeah, you might just hit a rough
blindfolded
spot.
cows. Yeah, but at some point I'll just do whatever I want.
You know what? They could say that our rating at 7 was a pretty good idea.
Pretty smart idea.
Pretty smart
here he
smart
comes
idea.
again.
Smart idea.
That's a smart idea.
By the way, one thing about Jurassic Park I found myself thinking after both of these movies is that Jurassic Parks and worlds and everything have us so trained after all these years that it's weird to have this movie with a big monster without any kids there. But when you think about it, you're like, that was not normal. It was like Jurassic Park that started that. And
You
so
know
the
how
fact
I know
that-
Spielberg wasn't involved in this movie?
No kids.
Yeah, so I'm like, how is there like no kid? That's so weird. And then you're like, wait, there wouldn't be any kid in that situation. It doesn't make sense that Jurassic Park always has a kid there. But
You
it
just wanted to have a child.
And also,
Yeah, I
if
know.
there was not a kid, if it was Spielberg, they could have been Betty White could have been feeding that crocodile a beautiful heroic horse. That's a war horse joke for everybody.
Yeah, boy.
Everybody's favorite Spielberg
We're gonna
movie.
feed him the BFG.
Yeah. Mark Rylance.
Oh my God, Mark.
Eat this big fucking giant or whatever. It's,
I feel like we've never ever talked about Mark Rylance. He's never been in a sequel
I don't
movie.
feel like we've ever talked about Mark
Never
Rylance.
seen
He's
Mark
too good.
Rylance.
Let's maybe next time let's hunt down a sequel that Mark Rylance. It's got to be something.
Bridge of Spies 2.
Bridges of Spies.
Bridges of Spies County. Yeah, I'm going to give this 4 blindfolded cows to feed into the maw of Stan Winston's creation. I think that this movie has more rom-com beats than it has monster movie beats.
That's true.
Despite a ridiculous cast, they're all wasted and squandered. And there's fleeting moments of it being kind of fun.
Yeah.
Mark Rylance is in a movie called The Phantom of the Open.
Okay.
Oh, that hasn't come out yet, right?
It says 2021.
Oh,
Is it
I
a
don't
tennis
know.
phantom?
I don't know. Now I'm like, I'm gonna have to look this up.
All right.
Phantom of the Opera meets
I'm like
Challengers?
Richard 2?
3 tickets for Challengers, please.
All right. Well, I think. Okay. Let's talk about this movie. Let's see. It grossed 31 million in North America and 25 million internationally.
I feel like that's bad.
And so, yeah, I mean, that's why there's no sequel till 2007 when someone decided to buy the rights and make one.
Wild.
So there you go. And yeah, it's called Lake Placid 2. But that's not what we're going to be talking about next week.
No.
Next week, we get into the sequel for Anacondas, which is called Anacondas, The Hunt for the Blood Orchid, right?
Yeah.
I didn't look it up. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Anacondas with the $sign.
Anacondas. And that's going to be fun to talk about next time. But in the meantime, Eliz, where can people reach out?
Yes, please email us, secretrights@gmail.com, or find us on Blue Sky, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Secret Rights.
And rate and review wherever you're listening. We are still looking for what we need to name this universe. We're looking for those suggestions for your reptilian portmanteaus.
Yeah. And luckily, with next week's movie, we still get to stay in theaters for one more film.
Thank God.
Still in theaters for one more film.
I had no idea. Sweet.
But yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. But before we leave, we got to do an AI song. This is another fun one for you guys. I don't know if I would say this one could maybe be in the end credits too, but that's not exactly what I was thinking. Like,
Yes, true.
Like this movie does not have the same vibe of like
Maybe if
cool
it was
end credit song.
if it was directed by Michael Bay.
Yeah, possibly.
Well, there's a lot of talk about the crocodile having the eyes of a dragon.
That's true. That's true. Enjoy this.
Imagine if it did.
Imagine
Enjoy
the eyes of a
it.
dragon.
Enjoy. That's right. All right, we'll see you guys next time for Anacondas, The Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Way up in Maine, it's quiet and still till a diver gets bitten and loses his will. the sheriff's confused, the scientist's mad, and Betty White's smiling like it ain't so bad. Something's splashing under the piney shade. Not a fish, not a log, but a reptile parade. Grab your cow, don't ask why, just trust to throw. Cause there's something down there you don't wanna know. Let me see that tooth. I think it might be proof of something big in the water, something bigger than an otter. Let me see that tooth. I'm gonna find the truth of what is lurking below. Oh, a crocodile, oh no. Hector's in a chopper, thinking he's fly, but Hank's got a temper and a dumb tough guy. Kelly's in the mud, looking city slick lost. Meanwhile, a croc turns boats into tossed. 30 feet of scales with a mighty bite, feeding time with Betty every day and night. If you're missing cattle, don't bother to look. The belly up dinners in the croc's big book. Let me see that tooth. I think it might be proof of something big in the water, something bigger than an otter. Let me see that tooth. I'm gonna find the truth of what is lurking below. A crocodile, oh no. Sheriff Hank says shoot it dead. Hector laughs, you're dumb instead. The croc pops up, the cows go down, and Betty White's queen of this crazy town. Let me see that tooth. I think it might be proof of something big in the water, something bigger than an otter. Let me see that tooth. I'm gonna find the truth of what is lurking below. A crocodile, oh no. Oh no. Oh, come on. I only fed it cows.